QuickCal is an app developed by Translogik Technologies plc. QuickCal can be used to perform diagnostic tests, calibrations, and updates on the TLGX Bluetooth-connected tyre inspection tools. The app is available for iOS devices in the Apple App Store and for Android devices in the Google Play Store. When downloading the app, ensure that you choose QuickCal by Translogik Technologies. Once the QuickCal app is installed on your mobile device, it can be connected to your TLGX tool. The TLGX tool does not need to be and should not be paired to your mobile device in the device's Bluetooth settings. The TLGX is intended to be connected to the mobile device through the app. This is done by switching on the TLGX tool. Using the button on the back of the tool, press and hold it for 3 seconds. The status LED in the button will light up green when the device is switched on. If the LED lights up red, this indicates there is an issue with the TLGX. Next, open the QuickCal app on your mobile device. Then, using the drop-down menu labeled Device, select the correct TLGX from the list. Noting it is possible for multiple TLGX tools to appear in this list if there are others nearby, so make sure that you select the correct serial number of the tool that you are using. The serial number can be found on a label near the base of the tool or laser marked into the side of the tool. Once selected from the drop-down menu, the TLGX will connect, and an additional status LED in the button will light up blue. If there is no blue LED, the tool is not successfully connected. This connection process must be completed within a time window of 10 minutes, otherwise the TLGX will time out. If no connection is made to the TLGX within that time, the TLGX must be switched off by pressing the button on the back for 3 seconds. When the button is released, the status LEDs will switch off. The tool can then be switched back on again, and connection to the mobile device retried. TLGX tools are delivered calibrated from our production facility. The user may choose to recalibrate the depth measurement gauge of the tool using QuickCal. Calibration of the pressure function is not possible by users in the field. Contact Transense for more information on pressure calibration. To calibrate the depth measurement gauge, select Calibration and then follow the on-screen instructions. The first measurement is taken with the tread depth needle fully extended in what we call the idle position by pressing the multifunction button once. Next, using the calibration block end with no hole or another hard surface, fully depress the needle to the 0 mm position and press the multifunction button. Finally, using the 16 mm depth hole, firmly press the TLGX against the calibration block with the needle inside the hole and press the multifunction button. A successful calibration has been completed when there are 3 green ticks in each box. Return to the main menu using the back button. To produce a calibration certificate, select Calibration Certificate. First, perform a tread depth measurement using the 16 mm depth hole. Press the tool firmly against the block, then press the multifunction button. A measurement will be recorded, and if the measurement is within the allowed range, a green tick will appear. If the measurement is out of range, a message will be displayed, and the measurement will need to be remade by pressing the retry button and following the previous instructions again. If the measurements are still out of range, it may be necessary to carry out a recalibration of the TLGX following the previous instructions. Once a successful measurement has been made, a calibration certificate can be generated by pressing the Generate Certificate button. The certificate displayed can be exported to email or any other messaging app or printed by using the Share button. Return to the main menu using the back button. The QuickCal app can be used to demonstrate the TLGX ability to take tread depth and pressure measurements, read RFID tags, and read tyre pressure monitoring sensors. The measurements are not stored anywhere in QuickCal, and this menu is here to test and demonstrate the TLGX only. Click on the tyre inspection icon to enter the tyre inspection menu. To do a tread depth measurement, press the tread depth measurement icon. This will open a simple tread depth measurement where 3 measurements can be taken. Press the TLGX tool tread depth needle into the tyre tread positions as shown. The tread depth measurement will appear in the tread depth window as soon as a stable measurement is registered, and the tool will beep. Move to the next position after each reading. Once all 3 boxes are filled, you can continue to take measurements. The app will just cycle through the measurements in sequence. Note, it's not necessary to press the button to record a measurement. The app automatically records a measurement when a stable measurement is taken. Press back to return to the tyre inspection menu. To test the pressure measurement functions on the TLGX 2, 3 or 4, select pressure measurement icon. Attach the TLGX pressure lance assembly to the TLGX and attach the chuck end to a tyre valve. A pressure reading will appear in the window as soon as a valid reading is stable and measured. Again, it's not necessary to press the button. Press the back button to return to the tyre inspection menu. To read an RFID tag with a TLGX 3 or 4, select the Read RFID icon. The TLGX can only read RFID tags that comply with ISO 18000-6C in the frequency range of 860 to 960 MHz as used in tyres and other industrial applications. The tool cannot be used to read RFID in consumer items such as key fobs and debit cards. Holding the TLGX near to a target RFID tag, press the Read RFID icon. If an RFID tag is within range, data will appear in the windows, raw data and binary. If no tag is found, an error message will appear. Press the back button to return to the tyre inspection window. To read a TPMS sensor with a TLGX4, press the TPMS icon. This feature is only recommended for development and testing purposes, as the type of TPMS sensor attempting to be read must be selected by typing a number in the number box. Refer to the TLGX command protocol document for numbers to use here. Holding the TLGX near the target TPMS sensor, press the Read TPMS button. The data boxes will then be populated with the available sensor data. Press the back button to return to the tyre inspection window, and again to return to the main menu. The command prompt is aimed at developers and advanced users only. Specific commands can be tested by inputting into the command prompt window. Once a command has been inputted and sent, the TLGX tool will then return the data as per the request. Commands can be referenced using the Translogik command protocol document, which is available upon request. Next, we will explore the settings menu. There are 2 categories in the settings menu: application settings, which change the settings of the QuickCal app only, and probe settings, which change settings in the TLGX tool. In application settings, there are 3 further menus. Under the General tab, the language of the app can be changed from English to Japanese and others. Information requests is used to interrogate the TLGX tool and find out what serial number and firmware version are installed on it. Probe ID returns the serial number of the device. Probe software version takes you to a menu where you can update the firmware of your device. To do this, you need a new firmware file saved locally on your mobile device. This firmware will only have been supplied to you by Transense or your corporate IT department. Do not attempt to use the firmware update with any file or firmware supplied by a non-trusted source. In some rare cases, the firmware update will get stuck at a 99.9% complete status, but the TLGX tool will disconnect. This is okay, and the disconnection is confirmation of a successful update. In this window, we can also see the serial number of the probe and the current firmware version installed on the device. Probe battery voltage shows the current battery voltage of the device. TPMS module firmware returns the module firmware version installed on the device, on the TLGX4 only. Units can be used to change the units on the QuickCal app from PSI to bar and degrees centigrade to degrees Fahrenheit. Note, this only changes the units on the QuickCal app and not on the TLGX tool itself. In the probe settings menu, we have one tab which is General. Under this tab, we can change specific settings of the TLGX tool, such as vibrate on RFID, beep on RFID, and the tread depth settling time. The tread depth settling time can be increased or decreased depending on user preferences. Same with the pressure settling time. Noting that when we change those settings, we are actually changing the settings in the tool, and they will remain with the tool when we reconnect to third-party tyre inspection software. So it's really important that we only change these to values that we want to have in the tool. You might want to make the tread depth settling time slightly longer if you're struggling to get a measurement, or when you're very confident using the tool, you can have a shorter settling time to allow faster measurements to be taken. And that completes our overview of the QuickCal app. I hope you found this useful and understand now what the QuickCal app is for and how it can help you use your Translogik TLGX tyre inspection tool.